In today's video, I'm going to play a one table focus session where the goal is to pay attention to every hand that gets to showdown and learn something about how my opponents play their hands from that showdown based on the actions taken on the prior streets and the bet sizings they used. Alrighty, thank you so much for tuning in, of course. So this video is a companion video to MED Monday episode number 38. In that video, I read an article from Mark Warner all about paying attention to showdowns so that we can learn from our opponent's actions and specifically about the bet sizings that they use street by street and pre-flop, of course. We're just going to fold this one right here while I keep explaining. Every MED Monday episode, I give the MED idea and the MED action that you need to take. So in this video, I'm taking that MED action so you can see how I put it to use for myself. We'll get to the poker in just a little bit, just have the table going, but got to do the intro stuff first. So here's the MED action from this episode. In your next 3 online sessions, start by playing one table for 30 minutes. Force yourself to pay attention to all the action on every street from every opponent. At the end of each showdown hand, in your mind, replay the actions and bet sizings used. Try to make at least one note on one of your opponents. Also, for each player at your table, open up and read any prior notes you made on them. Try to put the notes to use and exploit your opponents. So that's what we're doing today. Our goal, whether we're in the hand or not, is to pay attention to all the action street by street and to learn from showdowns. So we'll get rid of that just so it's not a distraction there. So we have a 6-max table, only 5 players seated right now. Part of the task that you want to do when you do these one table focus sessions is to take a look at any prior notes you might have on your opponents. This is definitely a hand worth opening, but we'll see if it does get folded to us. Captain Hooks first. Let's take a look at our notes on Captain Hooks. In a cash game, scoot this over. In a cash game, we've seen him check raise bluff, min check raise bluff. Okay, he's also capable of on the flop a 3x continuation bet bluff raise in position. So we've seen some different bluff raises from Captain Hooks before. Let's see here. This next opponent, shenanigan, I guess. Oh, no notes whatsoever, but we've seen some 3-bet hands, some calling 2-bets, calling 3-bets out of position with a queen jack offsuit. That's interesting. So this player might be one to target. Now this is Big Adam. Let's see. Oh, let's check. And wow, 36 2-pair. Loves to c-bet. So let's say if we check, most likely he's going to bet. Oh, well, the goal was to go for a check raise. Maybe he has a king now. Oh well. He did just limp in pre-flop, so, but kings are in the limping range, like king deuce suited kind of a thing. Let's see what happens here. Now, shenanigan does not like to fold, but we are still going to with the, wow, quick fold, thank you. I guess you auto-clicked fold ahead of time. So shenanigan here, oh yeah, we already took a look at shenanigan, just some of those hands. Big Adam is who we were on. Now some notes. In cash games, gives up quickly on chicken boards, and I've seen that 3 times so far, hence the 2 little exclamation points. 3 times 4-bet bluff over a squeeze with 8-7 suited. That's interesting. Hard to get money from because he's a pretty competent player, I believe. Loose aggressive and competent. So if he's committing a lot, he's got it. Folds to min raises and makes min raise bluffs as well. That's interesting. We've also seen a check raise 3 times the bet size with a gut shot plus 2 overs, maybe like ace king on a queen jack board kind of a thing. Or we've also seen 2x with overcards as well. So 3x, well, that's an interesting bet sizing tell. 3x with a gut shot plus overs, 2x with overs. Okay. Big blind call versus under the gun with queen. So don't know who that under the gun player was, but you know, under the gun raises are often pretty tight ranges, they can be at least. So maybe Big Adam notices stuff like that, and instead of 3-betting the pocket queens, kind of slow playing, but also maybe saving some money in case the opponent open raise with aces or kings there. So that's Big Adam, and as you can see, we've seen a ton of different hands, 3-betting, 4-betting, a lot of stuff get to showdown because we have 3.4K hands on Big Adam. So that's good to know. Landlord drawing, 89 hands, that's it. Loose aggressive player, semi-loose aggressive at 24-21, but definitely more than a tight aggressive player. No notes yet. 3-bet with pocket nines, called a 3-bet with aces. Slow playing. Played a turn draw aggressively. It's good to know. And then Captain Hooks, we already talked about. Great. So we took a look at our notes already. We have some ideas on how our opponents currently play. Oh, jobless now. Did we look at jobless now? Excuse me. Under the gun, open limp, and then call with ace-7 offsuit. That's great. That means we can definitely, we can profitably isolate this player with like ace-10 suited and ace-jack suited, those kinds of hands, if they're willing to call with ace-7 offsuit. All right. So now that we know our players, let's really pay attention to the action in the various hands and see if we can't learn stuff from Showdown. If you are unfamiliar with Carbon, let me show you what the replayer looks like. Once you click that up there, ace-7 offsuit. You fold enough to steals. You hardly ever fold, but I have an ace. Okay, not going to do anything here. But we'll keep in mind the action. I just wanted to show you this real quick. So the replayer on Carbon just looks like this. Pre-flop, flop, turn, river, the different players with their starting stack sizes and the actions taken. So we'll probably look at this after some other hands get to Showdown to see if we can't like replay the hands utilizing that replayer right there, or the text output. So we didn't get to see, but we did see a raise pre-flop, probably just a call. Didn't see a 3-bet and a call. Pocket jacks, under the gun, 3 big blinds. Okay, that's standard. Nothing to note really right there. Let's take a look through the rest of the hand, how it played out. He flopped an underpair, checked on the underpair, out of position, bet after they checked behind, great, probably just hoping to take it down, and then checked out of position on the river, completed draw. The 6 completed a couple draws, club draw and a straight draw. So, okay, makes sense. That's kind of standard. There's nothing really to look into right there. Not yet, at least. Or, you know, I could say, whoops. Pre-flop razor, flop underpair. Gonna move these over here. Delayed c-bet. Cool. So we just had a limp, which you can expect from a 6-5-2 player. You can expect plenty of limps from them. Loose passive player. Check on the flop. That means nobody has a queen. That's possibly a queen. It could be just an oversized bluff right there. Oh, there you go. A queen. Well, you were out of position, so you waited until the turn. That makes sense. There's no need to really lead out with top pair weak kicker on that board. Not going to do anything. Got a limp. So Captain Hooks. It makes sense. You'd just be expected out of position to check with that queen right there. And it is a weak queen after all. But then once the opponent checks behind, that's when you come out for an over. Oh, whoops. With an overbet for value. Folds 56% of the time. Yep, let's put it out there. I've got the backdoor flush draw plus the gut shot. Plus, if he just has a 10 or a 5 and wants to continue, I have 2 overs to those at least. I have 2 second pair outs. I'm not going to open this. He doesn't like to fold. It's just a 9 and a 10. I'm not going to do it. Let's think about this hand again. Don't know really what we can make of that bet just yet. On a full house. Don't know what we can make about it, but we'll think about that. $4 pot, $6.79 all in on a card that completes the draws. It's kind of a scary card, especially if there was a little bit of passivity on the flop or turn from landlord drawing. 9-8. Wow, overshove bluffing right there. So that's interesting. Well, too bad he just left, but a very loose passive player capable of overshove bluffing. On river, flush scare card. So we'll see future jobless now hands against him if we can't maybe check on the turn with a really strong hand to induce some kind of a bluff. And actually, when his stats pop back up, Let's make a correction to this. Overshove 1.5 times pot. It was roughly 1.5. Let's see if we can't get a better look at it here. 679. I think it was like 4 something in the pot. 407 it might have been. So it's, yeah, roughly 1.5x. So we'll keep that note right there. And we'll see if we can't see more instances of that in the future. Captain Hooks. Now, landlord, only 100 hands, loose aggressive. What's his button opening? 50% right now, 3 out of 6. Very aggressive on the button. If I had a hand like with some blocking potential, suited ace, a suited king, I could have made the 3-bet right there. So far, 0% fold to 3-bet. Okay, now this is interesting. Big Adam's making a really small ISO raise just to a standard 3 big blind opening. So I don't expect that to be a really good hand, but let's see if we can't get to showdown. Dollar little over half pot, 4 big blinds. Standard C bet right there. If he checks, he's got squat. Oh, a nice bet. Oh, nice. You got to call. With any overpair, you've got to call. Oh, wow. So river bluff. So it wasn't a big pair. That 3 big blind ISO was not a big pair pre-flop. But I don't think that's good enough to make a note on, really. I think we need to see, well, okay. For now. So let's see if we can't find some other indications that Big Adam ISO raises bigger with strong hands, with aces or kings. Let's see if we can't pay attention and watch the action. Now, definitely, I should be color coding Shenanigan orange for their loose aggressive nature. What's Captain Hooks under the gun? 13%, all 3-bet if he opens. Okay. Orange, orange, green, green. Orange right here, landlord. Yep, I'm thinking looking orange right here. 3-bet now. It's not a lot of, it's not a big sample. We've seen it 1 out of 9 out of the small blind. I am in the MP here. Generally, I haven't seen any 3-betting hands yet, have I? 3-bet range with pocket 9s. Let's call. Now, there's no big reason to be bloating this pot here. 1/3 pot. It's not a wet board. So I'm good with calling and assessing on the turn. I think I can bet and get value out of weaker aces. I think ace 10 right now or ace 5 or 6 would definitely double barrel to get max value, right? So let's bet $3. I think I can get called by weaker aces and flush draws and stuff. So let's definitely bet. And I time down too to make it look like make it look like I'm quite weak. 9 just completed a straight draw, didn't complete a flush draw. Ace 9 hit, ace 5, ace 6 could be slow playing. I don't know enough about this player to know that they'll call with weaker aces here, so I am just going to check behind. Ace king, good. I saved some money. And then look, he slow played that excuse me. He slow played that ace king, that top pair, top kicker. Good. Maybe he was a little concerned that I might have had ace 5 or ace 6 opening and then calling with that, you know. But that's good. So it's 235, so it was just over 9 big blinds with ace king. Big blind 3-bet, 9 BBs with ace king. Flop, top pair, top kicker. 1/3, whoops. One-third pot size bet. Check, call, turn. There we go. So now we've seen 3-bet with pocket 9s and ace king out of the big blind. There it is. once again, and it was just a C bet and they folded, so we can't get an indication of what a 3 big blind ISO means. Not yet, but we may. Because given his position on this loose passive player, there's going to be a lot more limps in his future, a lot more ISOs there. So hopefully this game we'll see something happen. Okay, 2/3 pot barrel. 630 in the pot. He has $9 behind. Jobless now does. I mean, if you have a king, value bet. If you have a busted flush, oh, well, bet and he folded. Too bad, no showdown there. Now, one of the things that I find tough with these kinds of focus sessions on one table at a time, really trying to pay attention, is just not being distracted, or it's tough to sometimes not allow yourself to be distracted. So this is interesting. It's a big blind ISO raise to just 3 big blinds. Check behind on the flop. There you go. Finally bet. Probably going to check behind with nothing. Maybe ace high might even check. Any pair will check. 3, 6, or 7. King high checked. Okay, and then the 4s took it. Limp calling. So you can expect limp calling with 4s, but on that board, I guess you just didn't believe he had it. Oh, because he checked the flop, I guess you believed he didn't have anything. I bet if Big Adam would have double barreled flop and turn, the pocket 4s could have folded right there. Then again, maybe not. Another 3 big blind ice. Oh, and a call. So there's a good chance this might go to showdown. So we get to see what Big Adam has. My guess is that Big Adam just uses 3 big blinds as a 1-player ISO as a standard. With pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket 3s even. Now our loose passive player is deciding to get active. Man. Small bets the whole way, so you're not trying to bluff them off. And you flop that 8. Oh, pocket 7's just called down. Man, oh man. So we saw pocket 7s is a 3 big blind ISO. Oh, why are you leaving? Dag nabbit? That's okay. Pocket 7s once, okay. So just something to keep an eye out for. He folds definitely often enough versus steals, so we are going to throw out, if Captain Hook folds, we're going to throw out the steal bet. Shenanigans folded, and he folded. Interesting. The ace 10. I definitely, because I think Big Adam raises a lot out of the small blind. Good. 3 betting here with the ace blocker. Not the best of hands, but it is an ace blocker. And we expect quite often the small blind open from Big Adam there. You do not like to fold. We do have an ace. You're a short stack. I do like the raise to 3 big blinds. I don't like it, but I do have an ace. It's definitely worthy of stealing. Ace 4. You could see something I learned from Nathan Williams over there at, or his screen name is BlackRain79, BlackRain79.com. I learned from him to save a little bit of money on your steals, make it 2/3 pot on the in the cutoff and on the button. And by doing so, and you don't make your bet bigger. Oh, bummer. You don't make your bet bigger when you have like pocket aces or kings. You just constantly make it that sizing. I'm just going to check with the king 8. Good. King. And so I learned that from BlackRain79 because it used to be just 3 big blinds across the board. But what I started to do when I'm under the gun opening at a full table, whether it's full ring or 6 max, I open to full pot size. So at these 25 NL stakes, it's 85 cents. And then from the cutoff and button, or from the middle position, I am opening to... from the middle position, I'm opening to 3 big blinds. And the cutoff and the button, I'm doing 2/3 pot at 65 cents. So my bet sizing varies, but it's not based on the card strength. Unless... unless I have very passive players who love to call and I've dealt with pocket aces or kings, then I will come in for a bigger open raise in order to get value out of those weak, wide callers. I'm just going to check and let him bet right here. And he didn't bet. I think he would have bet with a flush draw. He's a loose aggressive player. Let's bet 50 cents and hope he has like an 8 that, well, or that happens. Finally decided to come in for a re-raise, A. Oh, and then look who just decided to join us again. Mark from Connecticut. Whatever, dude. You were tired of me shoving and stuff. I've got a call. Ace 9. We just don't want to see an ace, that's all. Set of queens is good. No crub. Oh, no! Whew. Good. Lucky us. That worked out well. Give a little bit of a pitter-patter, though. So, ace 9 suited. Oh, just looking at the hand history here. So that was an ace 9 suited. And it was 12. Okay, so that's good. Whoa. I didn't close the thing, did I? Oh, good. Good. I'm just going to check right here. Not let him know that I have anything good at all. Let's see if he decides to continue tilting off his stack and then betting like this. I'm just going to call at this point. Not too fond of the king, but let's see what he does here. He just checked. Overcard comes. Queen 9 has a straight. I could make a blocking bet, but I think what I should do is check and then let him bet all of his like under pair 7s and 6s. Oh, 9-8, he didn't bet. The goal was just to let him bet as a bluff, and I would pick it off right there. So that was that's a good one to take note of too. UTG open limp, 9-8 off. No, 9-8 suited. Okay, good. My guess is he was going to open limp and then call. He was not going to open limp fold. The jack won him some moolah. Queen 10. Mark from Connecticut. Don't know anything about Mark. Don't have any notes yet. You can see the little note editor isn't highlighted in yellow. Kalawasi, 60 hands only. But the really good thing is a 44-9. Very loose passive player. Could be a good profit target in this game. And I have position on him as well. So called a 2-bet, ace, queen, queen 7 off. That's good. Well, anytime somebody calls with queen 7 offsuit, that's a good sign. Limp and then limp and then called. Called 2-bet from the... Oh, so I might have been playing this player heads up or something. Play the turn draw aggressively once. Okay. That's interesting. Raise and then no c-bet, huh, Mark? This is your chance, Mark. It's an ace. Good. You got to throw it out. Big Adam's going to fold assuming you have an ace. Okay. I do not fault that. I commend that play. Good. Now it looks like it's only 37 hands, but it looks like Mark is a bit loose aggressive. 26-17. Full pot size in the cutoff. I'm just not going to call right here. 60 cents, 20 times pot odds for set mining means I need to have, and we have that much, 12 bucks behind, but I'm not going to do it. No. Well, see you later, Mark. 55 cents. Okay. What's your standard sizing in the cutoff, though? Is it 55 cents, or is that kind of small? I've got to look. That was a quick fold to a 3-bet against a loose aggressive player, so we'll see if that's a tell. 55 cents. dollar ISO. It's out of position. So maybe instead of the normal 75 cents, Big Adam just makes it one extra big blind from out of position to 4 big blinds. So let's see what we can't learn from this ISO raising hand. A shove. Oh, queen 9 and a jack 9. Oh my gosh, man. So it looks like Big Adam's isolating range is just 3 big blinds with maybe anything. I mean, that queen 9 suited is definitely not a strong hand, and that was interesting doing it out of position right there. He might have been doing that out of position because Shenanigan has been so, I don't know, just so tilty and upset. Maybe he played that kind of speculative hand in order to, and he made it a bigger sizing, a full dollar, 4 big blinds, in order to get him to just call, see the flop, and then hopefully exactly what happened, hit a strong hand and stack Shenanigan. That might have been his goal the whole time. Like I said at the very beginning, Big Adam is a strong, capable player for sure. Oh, so his open raise right here, 55 cents. All right, we've been at this for almost 30 minutes now. I think I'll sit out in the next big blind in this video, and then continue my session, you know, continue playing. So if you haven't already, please right down below, hit that subscribe button. Also ding that bell to catch every new video that hits the YouTube airwaves. Got a 1/3 pot bet. Interesting. That feels like just a bluff in position trying to steal the pot. Second queen hit. You might want to rep that queen, bet 250. Oh, he has a queen. Oh, that was a bluff. Wow, interesting. So that initial 1/3 pot bet on the turn was a bluff. Totally. And then an over shove bluff on the river. Was he the pre-flop raiser? Was it a 3-bet pot? Let's double check that hand. 10 jack. Oh, no, he was just, he was the under the gun raiser in position right here. C-bet. Okay. 1/3 pot. Well, going to end this one here. 1/3 pot turn C-bet bluff in position. No draw. Total bluff. Total bluff. Total bluff. Okay. Good, man. All right. So I think we learned some pretty good things about our... Oh, he came in. So we do have one last hand. Oddball's a loose aggressive player as well. So I'm just going to fold and sit out the next hand. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please, you know, every time you do one of these focus sessions like this and watching showdowns, you're not going to learn... Unless you get lucky. You're not going to learn a ton of stuff, right? But it's just really good practice to do these kinds of sessions occasionally, to force yourself to pay attention to the action. Now, if you're an online player like me, of course, you can go through your database of hands, look at showdown hands for various opponents. Like I can look at all 309 hands for Shenanigan here, look at all the showdown hands, see the bet sizing made on street by street, what he had on exactly the flop when he made a half pot bet, on the turn when he made a 3/4 pot bet, all that kind of stuff. But for you live players, doing this when you're playing online or at the live tables, of course, this is great practice, forcing yourself to pay attention. Put away that cell phone. Don't listen to an audiobook. Don't watch sports up on the TV. You know, chat with your neighbors occasionally, but not about strategy. Don't do that. Basically, what you'll want to do is pay attention to the action street by street. Every hand that gets to showdown, look for something that you can take away from it, some kind of note you can make on your opponent for future exploits. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side.